couple of years ago, I got a call from the safety manager of a bridge construction company. She said they were having their annual safety meeting and she wanted me to come speak for the construction workers so they would start wearing their harnesses when they were high up on the bridge. She said, Ruben, anyone who did the luge and ran with the bulls and climbed mountains and lived to tell about it definitely must know something about managing risk. And I laughed. I said, well, yeah, I guess I do. And I spoke for them and we had a blast. Construction workers can be a tough audience, but you know what? They love my stories. They were on the edge of their seats the whole time. You know, whether you do extreme sports or you have a high-risk job or you're trying to reduce your business risk, there are several ways that you can manage your risk. You can't ever eliminate risk, but you can definitely manage it so you'll feel confident about taking bold action towards your goals. I've been competing in the luge on and off since the 80s, hurling myself down an icy chute at over 90 miles an hour, sometimes pulling up to 6 Gs on the tightest curves. Most people think that lugers are thrill seekers, but we're not. You know, the thrill seekers don't make it past the first season. Lugers are very analytical. So are many test pilots, race car drivers, and mountain climbers. Lugers treat the tracks with respect, and we do everything we can to prepare and plan for our luge runs. No matter how many times we've been to any track, before taking any of the runs, we walk the track with our coach and we come up with a game plan. What lines will we take? How will we steer down a run in order to have the best time? And then we make contingency plans. We call them escape routes. What will you do if you're too early into curve one? What about if you're too late into curve one? What if you hit the left wall before curve one? What if you hit the right wall? And so on. We do that for every curve, all 15 or 16 curves of the track. By doing that, we gain confidence because we know that we can handle anything that the track can throw at us. The application in business is to rehearse your sales calls and presentations and to have answers, right, for every objection that your prospect could possibly have. You know, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. Now, Mount Kili is a mile higher than the highest mountains in the Rockies. So how does a flatlander from Houston climb it? Well, real simple. I hired one of the world's top mountain guides, Dean Cardinal. Dean has climbed Mount Everest and he'd climbed Kili a bunch of times. At the trailhead, he got really serious and he said, for the next 5 days, you can do whatever I say. You're going to drink water when I drink. You're going to walk when I walk. You're going to rest when I rest. And most importantly, if you don't feel right, if something's bad, let me know, because things get really bad quickly at high altitude. If you listen to me, you get to get your picture on top of Africa. Now, I'm not a mountain climber, I'm a mountain follower, okay? But by following my guide, I was able to climb Mount Kili. So don't reinvent the wheel. You know, find someone who's already done what you want to do and follow their advice. I mean, how easy is that? Now, I've always wanted to run with the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. And unlike most people, I didn't just go and do it. I did my due diligence. Before going to Spain, I read 3 books about Pamplona, and I even called the author of one of the books, a guy who'd run with the bulls for 20 years. And I told him, man, I need some tips, okay? I want the Pamplona experience, but I don't want any holes in my body. So he gave me a handful of really simple tips that reduced my risk. He told me where to stand, where not to stand, what to do if I fell, to watch out for the drunks because they're more unpredictable than the bulls, and to watch out for bulls who have broken away from the pack, and a few other nuggets. By following his advice, I ran with the bulls twice and lived to tell about it. I'm a private pilot. Now, pilots use checklists, right, to make sure that they don't forget any of the steps that they need to take when taking off, when landing, and all the other maneuvers. And so put it into action. Create contingency plans. Follow a mentor and do your due diligence. And you'll drastically reduce your risk and you'll reach your goals faster and safer than you ever thought possible. Make it an Olympic day.